Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Saint in the building. So today I got a couple topics that I wanted to talk about. Um, I was given a suggestion from a friend who wanted me to speak on some things, so I guess I was like, let's do it. Why not? Um, I don't really got much to say, but besides what I gotta say, the title of the topics that I want to get to is tools young men don't have in their 20s. That's what I was asked to talk about. So I got like five things um, written down here that I wanted to touch on. The first thing that most young men don't have in their 20s is self control. And everything that I'm talking about is from experience. So I'm still going through and developing these things myself. It's just like most of the things that, you know, other people know they had to go through. So self control is important because without self control, you won't have any discipline. And discipline is like very big in adulthood because without discipline, you won't have anything. You won't be able to stand for anything, and people won't take you serious. And as an adult, you want to be taken serious, point blank, period. And if they don't take you serious, then you make them. That's just how it is. Because if you're not respected as a man, then you you don't have anything, and that's like unacceptable. Not being taken serious. You command respect. Respect isn't given. Respect is earned, and those are just without self control. Like you're not gonna be able to command that respect because if you're a slave to all your vices, excuse me, if you're a slave to your vices or a slave to your desires, then you won't be able to, lock in and focus how you really need to. And other people will be able to tell. If you can't stop, smoking or you can't stop jerking off, people can tell. If you are a slave to your own desires, people could tell and they'll treat you as such. They won't take you serious. And I'm telling you, you want to be taken serious in this world, in this life. You have to be. And if you're not, you don't stand for anything. And if you don't stand for anything, then you're not a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not. And that's that's big in adulthood, you know. That's real big in adulthood. And I know people can identify how they want to identify. Like sometimes I think I'm non binary, but that still doesn't mean I'm not a man. Like you're one or the other. Period. Now what you choose to identify as, that's a personal choice. But you're one or the other. Um the second thing tools young men don't have in their 20s is the ability to speak concisely. And when I say concisely, I just mean to where people can understand and to where you don't have to project your voice in order to get attention. Because if you're anything like me, if you yell at me, I'm most definitely not listening to what you have to say. Hence why I'm not in the military. Not saying you don't have to listen to people when they yell at you, because I went through a lot of that. I played AAU basketball. So if you know anything about coaches, then you know that they are going to yell at you, period. And you have to do what they say. But that's a form of obedience. I'm not talking about the man in the club that's drunk, that's yelling at you because he wants to be a big bad wolf. We don't tolerate big bad wolves. We give them to God. But in regard to speaking concisely, as a man, you want to be heard, and you want the words that come out of your mouth, you want them to be heard and received. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be that guy that's just running his mouth and nobody really gives a damn about what he's talking about. As a man, you want your words to have meaning. You want them to hold value, and you want your words to be not end all be all, but in a way end all be all. You want to mean what you say. And in order to get to that point, you must become a wordsmith. You must master linguistics. And a part of linguistics that people don't really understand, they like to get into shout battles. And they think shout battles and winning shout battles, I'm louder, so I'm right. I'm louder, so I win. And that's just totally not the case at all, whatsoever. And typically, the people that engage in shout battles are usually, that's neither here nor there. Moving on, the third thing, tools that young men don't have in their 20s: the ability to be sober. Now, I smoke pot, and I smoke a lot of it. I drink, and I've done a lot of other drugs. But I still know how to maintain my sobriety. And being sober is very important. Important to a whole nother level. Because when you're sober, you're aware. And you're more aware of things that people who aren't sober are aware of. If you catch my drift. The sober mind is the best mind. I'm currently on day 8 of no smoking. And it's been life changing. I been smoking every day, weed that is, um since I was 16, and I'm 21 now. So I kind of fried my brain, but not really. Things that I've realized since I've been sober is that I'm just longing for the life that I had before I started smoking. Returning to the simple things, understanding what one wanted to do prior to, if you know what I'm saying. But that's neither here nor there. Being sober is important, and if you can kick your habits, it's best that you kick them. Not saying that you can't live a life where, you know, you dibble and dabble here and there. That's okay. But the best way is to kick them. Kick 'em. You'll save more money. You'll feel better. You'll look better. Your body will love you more for it. Yeah, it's just, it's a slippery slope when you get into drugs. Because yes, they're fun. Yes, they make you feel good. But what else is there to it? Because with anything, there's not all positives in anything. Nothing is just all the way good, except for water. But even too much of that will kill you. So nothing is just black and white. um, Being sober, it's not overrated. Chief Keef made a song, Damn I Hate Being Sober. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Moving on, the last thing that I had on my list, my phone's buzzing. The last thing that I had on my list, tools young men don't have in their 20s. I put this thing on mute and it's still going off. What did I do wrong? I'll turn the volume all the way down. Tools young men don't have in their 20s. The last one, and maybe I'll do a part two to this video if I think of some more stuff. But the last one, the most important one, the ability to self reflect. Self reflection is so important. It's like more than vital. And I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I just can't. I can't. Forgive me if my eyes are throwing you off. You should be worried about what I'm saying, not where I'm looking. The ability to self reflect. It's very important because everybody needs to give themselves time away from people, away from any stimulant, whether that's the news, music, your spouse, your family members, any stimulant. There should always be a time where you can go internal and mentally process everything. There should always be a time where you can mentally process everything. That's very important. Self-reflection leads to freedom. And it's important. Yeah. Well, that is gonna wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something from it. I'll be back. Signing out.